Okay, hello everybody. As you know, we just started our poetry unit. So this is going to be the flip lesson in preparation for tomorrow's class. We're going to be really focusing on tone at the very beginning of the unit and just going to be focusing on the attitude of the author. You know, poetry is really, there's a lot of factors that make poetry powerful, but part of what makes poetry so powerful is the emotion of the narrator. So as you remember, I gave you guys this handout for the various tone, how to interpret tone. So we have a variety of tone words, and then down here are just different ways that you can kind of identify the tone throughout the piece. So feel free to reference this, not just today during this flip lesson, but tomorrow in class. So tomorrow you will have a chance to choose your own poem from a selection of about 8 of them. And then you're going to be tracking the tone of the author, or of the narrator. So I'm going to practice this here. I'm going to read through it once, give you a chance to add your own annotations for the tone of this poem, and then I'll walk us through my own interpretation. So again, we're going to be looking for tone shifts. We're going to track the tone throughout the poem and look for subtle changes in the attitude of the author. So I'm going to read through this once. It's called Jenny Kissed Me by Leigh Hunt. Jenny kissed me when we met, jumping from the chair she sat in. Time, you thief, who love to get sweets into your list, put that in. Say I'm weary, say I'm sad, say that health and wealth have missed me, say I'm growing old, but add, Jenny kissed me. Okay, at this point, pause the video and please go through and annotate in the margins the tone that you are interpreting at those points. Okay, so here's my kind of just walking us through the way that I interpret the tone throughout the poem. So looking at the beginning, Jenny kissed me when we met, jumping from the chair she sat in. For me, it seems like the narrator is looking back on this moment, brief moment that he or she had with Jenny. Again, when we met. We're not getting a lot of context here. I'm not really sure, are they romantically involved? Are they just friends? Is this the first time that they're meeting? You know, jumping kind of implies that she is excited to see this person. So for me personally, it seems like they're maybe long-term friends. They haven't seen each other for a while, and this person is reminiscing about this fondly. So I'm going to put down fond, reminiscence, or nostalgic. So it begins in a nostalgic tone. Time, you thief who love to get sweets into your list, put that in. I see a little bit of a shift here, and we have a shift in point of view as well. So we're shifting from third person to second. And so it seems like there's this almost personification of time where the narrator is speaking to time, calling time a thief. Think about all the different ways that time steals things from us. So for me, there is a bit of a shift here from this nostalgic or even a bit affectionate to somewhat scornful, even bitter. So I'm going to put down bitter, scornful, like as if time has taken things from the narrator. And so, the narrator's almost challenging time. Like, well, if you're going to take everything from me, you might as well, put that moment in to your list. Say I'm weary, say I'm sad, say that health and wealth have missed me, say I'm growing old, but add, Jenny kissed me. So before I get to the end, it seems like there's a little bit of a variety of tone here at the end, because we have this repetition of, okay, fine, you can say that I'm old, you can say that I'm weary, that I'm sad, my health and my wealth are no longer, there. You can say that I'm growing old. So this person might feel some disappointment, maybe even regret. So I'm going to put down disappointed, be regretful. What has this person's life been that makes them feel like this, almost at the end of their life? But we have this clear transition, this conjunction, but, where we have this contrast. So, begins with this fond reminiscence, thinking back on this one moment that this person shared with Jenny fondly, then it becomes a little bitter, a little scornful, and even like disappointed, regretful, sad. But add, Jenny kissed me. So it almost seems like this person's saying, okay, fine, time, you can take everything away from me. I can lose everything by the end of my life, but I at least had that moment with Jenny. So it's almost like there's this determination at the end. Maybe determined. And maybe by the end, the person feels some sort of contentment. So I'll put down contented. Yes, I've lost everything by the end of our lives. We do lose everything, but at least we had those moments. So you can see that there is this drastic shift. And maybe overall, I would just say it's somewhat bittersweet, which, as we remember, is a bit of an oxymoron. Right? So maybe this kind of communicates this idea that even though time takes everything away from me, we still have the chance to enjoy it, and we should enjoy it in the moment. So, it's a short poem, but I think it's very complex in terms of the emotion that it's conveying to the reader. So this is a little bit of preparation in terms of tomorrow's lesson, and I'd like you to just come prepared to not just talk about this poem, but then also to apply these skills to a poem that you'll get a chance to choose in class, and I'll get a chance to help you guys annotate and analyze the tone of the poems that you choose. So thanks everybody, see you tomorrow.